Live. What's up, people? PFF, Andrew Erickson here. We're back. We're doing more best ball drafts, but today it's not Jared, it's not Ian, it's not Kevin Cole. Nathan Yankee is joining the best ball team. Nate, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm picking 7th, so I'm ready to go for this.
All right, here we go. You're picking 7th. Where am I picking? I'm picking at the 110. Okay, cool. All right, this will be interesting. I'm glad I'm not picking in like the 6'5" range because I've been going back and forth with a lot of these running backs that kind of after the Barkley, McCaffrey, Cook, and Derrick Henry kind of tier of players. Like Alvin Kamara is someone that, again, this Taysom Hill thing is got me slightly concerned. Nate, is that kind of your clear top 4 guys with Cook, Kamara?
Yeah. I've got Kamara 5, Henry and Barkley as 3 and 4. So I might be picking Kelsey here, Jonathan Taylor, along with the guys we were just talking about. If they're all off the board, I might be going Kelsey at 7.
Going Kelsey at 7. I guess for me, what's the difference between Kelsey? If you could get Kelsey at 7 here, but if you could get Darren Waller in like the 3rd round.
Kittle's a better player than Waller.
That's fair. Yeah.
I
don't know. I know Ian and I talked about this on the podcast too about Waller versus Kittle specifically, and the fact that how is this 49ers offense going to shape up now in terms of passing attempts with Trey Lance at quarterback. So I think that's something interesting kind of factor in. And again, I mean, Kittle from an efficiency standpoint is the guy's off the charts. So
yeah,
but I'll let you make your pick.
Yeah, Elliott was surprised going at number 3, so I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor instead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like the thing with like Zeke, I think is definitely like. I mean, obviously he's not being underrated in this particular draft, so that's interesting. Right, let's see, 110. Who's gonna fall to me? See, this is the area where like some of these running backs I like them, but they also have like flaws. Like I have Akers, Chubb, and Jones as my next 3 running backs ranked, but I know that I could go with any of them if I really wanted to. But I think in this case, I'll go with Cam Akers. I don't mind him taking here at the end of the 1st round. He's either going to be like the end of the 1st round, early 2nd round pick. So I don't mind getting him here. And the chances that I can maybe get another running back to fall to me of these top guys, I'll be fine with that.
Those guys at the start of the 2nd round are so nice to pair with the end of the 1st round.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Or I could go with AJ Brown. I don't know. I was talking to Jared about AJ Brown, and he's just like, "Yeah, dude, I don't have any AJ Brown in my leagues because you always draft him in every draft we do together." So that's my bad. But oh well, he's in good shape. He's in good shape. All right, let's see. We've got the 110. Okay, so we got the DePhilly kid picking right now. Definitely. I can go a lot of different directions here. See, receivers are gone. See, I really don't mind going running back. I'll probably go running back if AJ Brown is taken, which he probably won't be because the other 2 people went wide receiver first. So it'll probably be between like my 2 highest ranked guys are probably between Brown and Mixon, and I'll probably just take Brown, or I could take Mixon. Maybe go running back. I don't know. We'll see.
I might end up running back.
Oh, he took Nick Chubb. Okay. Aaron Jones. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. All right, so AJ Brown on the clock. Joe Mixon. Oh, man. I got to stick to the brand. Got to stick to the brand. Another AJ Brown share for Andrew. Here we go. But, I mean, I'm honestly surprised he hasn't gained. I don't know. His ADP's pretty much stayed the same. Yeah. I think it's pretty fair. Like, early 2nd round pick. I mean, I think that, I guess in drafts that I'm not in, I think that he sometimes falls to like the middle of the 2nd round, end of the 2nd round. But, I mean, Nate, is there really any flaws with with AJ Brown, unless just this Titans offense just sucks without Arthur Smith. Is that kind of like
it's just with how much we know they'll run the ball with Derrick Henry compared to the other teams that have an elite wide receiver that won't be running as much. And I wanted Austin Eckler, and I don't get him.
Oh, you got to get Mixon.
Yeah, got to get Mixon. He's the top guy on my list.
There we go.
Feels weird since like last year I was down on Mixon because he was going at like near the end of the first round last year, and I'm like, that's a little high for him. And now it feels just right where he's going. So I'm like, my mind tells me you're supposed to be down on Mixon, but I'm like, no, now Mixon's where he's supposed to be, and it's just right.
Yeah, it's so weird how the price can really affect your perception on a player, because you could go in thinking, man, I don't really like this player that much. I don't want to draft him. And then you realize, like, this was happening to me with Corey Davis. Like, I wasn't really a huge fan of him landing with the Jets. I get that the opportunity's there, but Corey Davis has always kind of been kind of like until AJ Brown showed up, and he kind of got a lot better. Ryan Tannehill was really efficient. Yeah. So Corey Davis was a lot better. And I kind of thought Corey Davis was kind of he's really not really meant to be a number one wide receiver. So having him be on the Jets as the number one, I was like, I don't really know if I like this. And then I find out he's like a 10th round or 11th round pick. Just like, okay, I guess I'll take him because look, like he's the favorite to lead the team in targets. Like, and that's probably how it should be. Again, they have some guys there, but we don't know how good Elijah Moore is going to be. I like him a lot, but Jamison Crowder's still there. Like,
Denzel Mims
is still there. I mean, all the Jets are just really cheap guys, and it's like the offense isn't what it was last year. I don't know if it can be worse than it was last year, where you literally couldn't get any fantasy value. Chris Herndon, man, it's a disaster.
Oh, he'll get all the targets this year. So
Oh man. Okay. All right.
Getting closest to my pick again, and I probably should not go 3 straight running backs. So
running back.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, so Swift is my highest ranked guy left.
Okay.
Thoughts on Swift? Oh. Are you kind of moving Smith or Swift at all with all this? I mean, Jamal Williams for backup running back. The guy's generating a decent amount of buzz.
Yeah. Well, like, with the receivers Detroit has, they're going to be running the ball all the time anyway. So there's a chance that both running backs can see plenty of touches. Yeah. And I think it just seemed weird because they were calling Williams the A back versus Swift the B back. And that didn't mean A is better than B.
Yeah.
It was just different qualities of what the backs can do. So
right.
Like, I think Jamal Williams will get a decent number of touches each game, but that doesn't change my view of Swift, though.
Yeah, I mean, it makes. I'll let you make your pick here.
Yeah, I am thinking Terry McLaurin here.
Terry.
Yeah, let's go with it.
So I mean, I guess I'm like down on Terry because I have a lot of receivers ranked over him. It's not like I am out to be lower on Terry McLaurin, but yeah, I mean, I guess I like Robinson more. I guess I like the Dallas receivers more too. I don't know.
If you like Robinson more, you should take him.
Well, Robinson just got Robinson just got selected, so I probably was going to take him. I'm actually going to take Carson here because I want to get another decent run. I mean, so the PFF fantasy account, shout out, or the Instagram account, shout out to them. So they posted a picture today with my face on it, of course, quoting about Chris Carson. I said Chris Carson is like one of the most underrated, running backs in fantasy football, because I feel like when I look at the running back group, I really feel like he's like the last guy that I have a lot of confidence in selecting before we start to get to, guys with just question marks. Okay. Right. Javonte Williams, ETN. Okay. So rookies, like how are they going to be distributed? Josh Jacobs. Okay. Kenyon Drake's there. David Montgomery, Tariq Cohen's there. And then you have like the Gaskin, Davis, Chase Edmonds tier of players where you're just kind of like, okay, like, are they going to be the starter all year? Like, what's the deal? But Carson just seems like a step above all those guys because you know, like, look, when he's healthy, he produces. So, all right.
Okay,
So Cooper just went.
Yeah.
I want to go with a wide receiver here, and I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna take CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
I like CeeDee Lamb a lot, and I'm kind of torn on because Cooper and Lamb, like as you'll kind of find out, they always go back to back in the best ball drafts. Like almost every single time, their ADP is like right next to each other, and the market is not decisive either way on either of these players. And I honestly kind of feel a little bit similar. Nate, where do you have Cooper and Lamb kind of in your rankings?
I think I still have Cooper. I have Cooper a little bit above Lamb. Just concerned about target share there, but I think Lamb has plenty of talent.
Yeah, it's
spread the ball around too much.
Yeah, it's definitely close. I mean, I was diving deep more into the Cowboys today, and I looked at Lamb. Lamb just gets a lot of or at least when Dak Prescott was the quarterback, Lamb saw a ton of deep targets. He saw a ton of targets in the red zone, a ton of targets in the on third downs. Like Dak was like looking for him in a lot of these like highly crucial situations. So again, it's really just trying to predict, like, okay, is Lamb going to take the step in year 2? And, based on his prospect profile coming in, based on what he did as a freshman, as a rookie, I mean, what would have Lamb put up if Dak had played healthy all season long?
like Dak had to have regressed to the mean at some point.
Yeah.
He got hurt. But...
I mean, yeah, Dak was going to throw for like 6,000 yards or something ridiculous. But it definitely would have been really impressive. And I think that, I don't know. I mean, do you think Lamb is priced appropriately to where he's a 4th round. What did I get him? The top of the 4th round. So he's not like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of 2nd-year wide receivers, I feel like get a lot more buzz, maybe just because he's not Jefferson. Like Jefferson obviously had like the huge year.
Jefferson, and then there's all the other.
Yeah. But I mean, Lamb plays in that.
In Cincinnati, there's plenty of targets to have to go around there. Brandon Ayuk in San Francisco, plenty of other receiving options there. So,
yeah, Lamb and Cooper. I tweeted out today. I was like, "Who's the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver 1 in fantasy?" And it's just like, put Cooper, put Lamb, and I think that the results were pretty split for the most part. I think that Cooper again had the slight edge, but again, I really don't think that a lot of people are. I mean, at least I'm not really torn either way. It's kind of like, well, if Lamb was there for me, so it's like, okay, well, I'll just take him.
Yep. If someone takes one, I'll take the other one.
Yeah. I mean, they're both probably going to be. I mean, they're both playing a really explosive offense. The Dallas defense is still not good. I mean, the real question mark is kind of like what is going to happen with Gallup, because he was bad with he was the one bad player with Dak. And then obviously everybody else got worse, and his numbers didn't look nearly as bad because he just didn't, his fall from where he was before Dak got hurt wasn't as significant.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least in a best ball format, again, hate to be better in best ball guy, but Michael Gallup, this probably fits the criteria pretty well because he sees a lot of downfield targets, but he just doesn't have the raw target share with the other receivers in the offense. Oh my God, Hawkinson round 5. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
That is.
Oh
my God. Don't even tell me now. Everyone's gonna get on Hawkinson. Oh no.
Because he's gonna see all of the targets.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went above Mark Andrews.
I'm surprised he went above Kyle Pitts. Usually it's like Kyle Pitts can't get drafted soon enough. Is really.
I have to go with the top guy on my board. Travis Etienne time.
Here we go. Etienne. All right, what am I doing here? I got 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. What? Picking up the 5'10". All right, there's a couple different directions I can go here.
I've got 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a hybrid player now.
Ooh. I think I know. I think if he falls to me, I'm going to grab him, but we shall see. I think I'm going to try to get Dak and just try to wrap up a quarterback. Get one of these stud players. or one of the stud dudes. And I also have Lamb too, so
No good call.
Try to stack it up a little bit, and that's good value for Dak. It's not. I'm not reaching on him.
Yeah.
Where did you draft? You did draft a tight end, right? You didn't get.
I have not got a tight end yet.
Yeah, we're starting to get into the okay. There's like okay. Well, right now we basically have. I mean, of the elite guys, I guess, but we have Goddard and Pitts. I guess like if you want to call those guys elite tight ends, but it's looking like I'm gonna wait till like round 15 to take a tight end.
Yeah.
Oh well, there goes Kyle Pitts. So the 5'12", Kyle Pitts. Oh no. So do we need to make a rule in the draft guide? Just like, look, people, we love Kyle Pitts, but you literally can't draft him this high. I'm sorry. Oh man.
Now I'm seeing him go number 1 in rookie drafts all the time as well in dynasty leagues over everyone else.
So where do you have Kyle Pitts in your rankings right now? Because I think I have him at like tight end 7 or 8, one of those spots. I know I have him next to Dallas Goedert. I think.
Yeah, I have him right at tight end 6 above Goddard.
Okay, I need another running back. Let's see, receiver. I really like. I'm gonna go with. I like Deontay or Javonte. They both rhyme. I'm going with Javonte. Let's go. Let's get this Denver offense cooking.
Go wide receiver.
What was I saying? So you have him tight end 6. So you have what? The big 3 guys, Hawkinson, Andrews ahead of him. Yeah. Yeah. I think that I'm pretty sure I have him ranked in the exact same spot. Are you going to move him at all? I mean, maybe we have to, but if Julio Jones gets traded, does he now go ahead of Andrews?
I don't think so, no.
You still would leave him in the same spot?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the only guy I would maybe consider moving him ahead of, but because again, at least now I can lock in a more consistent target share. I guess so the interesting thing I found about Kyle Pitts, again, you can just find these super great stats about him because it's really easy to do because he's a really good player. So last year, because we have that new stat over on PFF.com, threat rate, basically target rate on routes run, which we kind of already had, but we didn't highlight it necessarily.
Yeah.
So target rate on routes run, if you looked at, so last year, the tight end position, Jonnu Smith had the highest target rate or the highest threat rate on targets in the end zone. And Kyle Pitts had the highest threat rate on targets in the end zone in college football last year as well. And now you have the coach from the Tennessee Titans going to Atlanta with Kyle Pitts. Mm-hmm. And who knows, double-digit touchdowns for Kyle Pitts. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's the thing that can really actually totally swing the analysis on it. Because we can all be right about, you got to fade him or whatever. He's too expensive because he's not going to get enough targets. But if the guy catches just 12 touchdowns or something absurd, it's well, you're all wrong. He got 12 touchdowns on, 60 targets or like a Robert Tonyan-esque type of season. You're okay, sick. It's really hard to project that.
Yeah. But I could see Hawkinson having that good of a season though too with the Lions because who else are they going to throw to?
Exactly. Yeah. Season? Yeah. I think I am firm with my stance on I'm taking Hawkinson every single time over Kyle Pitts. I will not be faltered on it. And again, the only way I can see Pitts outscoring Hawkinson is the fact that yes, Hawkinson scores 3 touchdowns and Pitts scores 12, despite the fact and that's the only way I can see those two kind of falling in that place.
Yeah.
All right. Dallas Goedert's still there. That's one of the tight ends, but he's going a little bit later. Edmonds. So the 3 running backs I mentioned. So it's Edmonds, Mike Davis, and Myles Gaskin. It looks like Gaskin. I mean, is Mike? So Myles Gaskin went in the 5th round, so right after you picked.
Yeah.
And then where did Mike Davis get drafted?
He was early in the 4th round.
Was he in the 4th round?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say I don't know. Chase Edmonds though is very. I'm kind of concerned about. I'm honestly concerned about the entire Cardinals offense besides Kyler and Hopkins. I don't know what they're doing necessarily. I'm trying to figure out what the idea behind the offense is. It's are we going to see this horizontal raid thing again? Are we going to see targets downfield? And then the fact that they brought in AJ Green is super uninspiring. I guess is the best way to put it, because he was good enough, quote unquote, good enough to earn targets last season.
Yeah.
But at the same time, take away targets from everybody that we wanted to be good. Oh, man. Okay. Do I go double quarterback here? No, probably not. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, this one's probably easy for me.
Double quarterback. I need a quarterback at some point. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm surprised Herbert is still. He's kind of fallen a decent amount. I'm going to take Jerry Jeudy. Pair him with my Javonte Williams.
Yeah, now you just need Aaron Rodgers.
I just need Aaron Rodgers. Honestly, I kind of so when the Teddy Bridgewater thing broke first, they got traded to Denver. You said that he was going to start, right? Or you still think that?
Well, I think he'll win the job out of the two.
Yeah.
It'll be a legitimate competition. I think they'll let the two quarterbacks see plenty of opportunities each, but I think Bridgewater is the better of the two quarterbacks.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think that Teddy Bridgewater, again, in this tournament, people don't pick him because, people, it's weird because you have this loaded Denver offense, but nobody wants to pick either of the quarterbacks because they're afraid one of them's going to get benched. But you got to take a stand, I think, to pick one of these people. Okay. Oh, gross. I don't like a lot of people on here. Okay, Dallas Goedert's going to be my fallback because he's a decent tight end, but I don't love it. Wait, I got to take Gallup, stack him with Dak. Ooh, I think I'll do that. I like that. Taking Gallup. It's a little bit of a stretch, but pair him with Dak should be good. Did you get Herbert? No.
I did not get Herbert, no. I still haven't got a quarterback yet.
All right, well. Oh, you still got... No, you can get Burrow or Matt Ryan. Or wait, so who were your highest quarterback? All right, let's see. Let's just watch.
I might wait another round for a We were talking about Corey Davis earlier. I think I'm going to go with him.
Corey Davis. Man, that's early for Corey Davis. This is why. This is why I can get him in the 10th round every time because I'm not always drafting with you.
He graded out so well for us last year.
Oh, yeah. Look, again, it's one of those things where you think you're down on a player, but then you realize that the market hates him even more than you do. So then you buy the process or by process elimination, you just be like, well, I guess I'm in on Corey Davis. And then you kind of and again, like you said, it's not hard to find reasons to be higher on him, because of how efficient he was last year. It's not like there we go. Tony Pollard, 9th round or top of the 8th round on the dot. Oh
yeah, Dallas Goedert keeps falling. I'm picking him with my next one.
Yeah, no, he's he's been there. I was thinking about picking him there as well. He's really he's probably the last tight end that I would take that I would feel any sort of comfort drafting.
Guess it's not going to happen.
So without him, I'm going to punt the position. I'm going to try to draft Adam Troutman. I'm going to gonna try to draft Ferkser probably, and just kind of roll with those guys. Hopefully I can get them because they're good targets. But again, like the Gesicki, Thomas, Ingram, Hunter Henry, Irv Smith, Tanya, like these guys are all going to score the same amount of points. And it's probably going to be like 2 more points per game than the guys you can get in the 15th and 16th round. Tight end. I have to say, though, I do have a new favorite breakout tight end.
Who's that?
Jordan Akins.
Oh, well, I'm picking him next year.
Well, I mean, it's crazy, but it's really not. If you look at, I mean, everything kind of is there for Jordan Akins. Think about it. So they got rid of number 1. They got rid of Darren Fells. Like he's gone. He's gone. He's entering year 4. He's 29, so he's an older tight end. You know, kind of that Logan Thomas, Darren Waller type of thing. Like he played another sport. He's older. Top 6 in yards after the catch per reception over the past 3 years at the tight end position. So he's got the athleticism. He can make big plays after the catch, and the Texans don't have anyone to throw the ball to except Cooks. So there's a path to targets. And again, I mean, look, I liked Jordan Akins a lot last year, and he kind of was decent the first 2 games, but then he got hurt. So we'll see. But Jordan Akins
drafted tight end and traded for a tight end.
That's also an issue too. But
okay. Time for a quarterback. Let's get Brady to go with my Tom
Brady. There we go. Wait, which tight end did the Texans draft?
Brevin Jordan.
Oh yeah, Brevin Jordan. The tight end that I actually liked a lot too, but then he fell. And I was like, wait, what happened? Oh, James Conner. All right. All right, what am I doing here? Quarterback, Dak. I got 3 running backs. I'll probably take Gross. I might take Cooks, honestly. He's my highest ranked wide receiver, and I could use more wide receivers. I could take AJ Dillon too, but that's kind of gross. I mean, I don't think I've taken a lot of Brandon Cooks because it's kind of gross, but in the 10th round, I guess it's kind of like taking Corey Davis. Oh, well, I can stack him with Jordan Akins in the 18th round. So,
Higbee's the tight end I wanted.
Higbee. Okay, so the Higbee thing. So I know a lot of people like Higbee. I'm not a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the other thing too, Jordan Akins. Last year, he only blocked on 24% of his snaps, which was lowest rate in the NFL. So he doesn't block. He just runs routes, which is good. It's totally different story with Higbee. Like Higbee just blocked, or at least Higbee has historically blocked a lot.
Yeah.
So does that concern you at all? Again, even when you look at the numbers when he was good, he still was blocking a lot, but your thoughts?
It doesn't, because Everett was their 3rd down tight end, and now Everett's in Seattle. So I think Higbee will be taking those 3rd down snaps. So that's why I think Higbee will be seeing a lot more targets, is because he'll see those 3rd down opportunities he wasn't seeing before.
Right.
And like if you combine the 2 Rams tight ends last year, they would have been like tight end 3 last year. So like Higbee's not going to see all of the targets Everett had, but
right. That makes sense. Took Rojo. Just praying for a Leonard Fournette injury. I mean, that's like it sucks about Ronald Jones is he was actually really good last year.
Yeah.
But he really just got the short end of the stick because he got hurt or he got COVID. So he couldn't do anything at the end of the season, and it was disappointing. It was disappointing, but I mean, I'll take him here. 10th round. I think that's fair value. I got 4 running backs. I don't need to draft any more running backs. Got some good receivers. I do need a tight end, though.
I don't like it, but if I can get a number 1 running back on a team in the 10th round, I'll do it.
Oh, no. I think that you were the first person to draft to draft with me to draft David Johnson. I guess I'm just really interested to see like how it goes with him. I mean, again, I took Brandon Cook, so I guess we're kind of in this Houston thing together, and we've been talking up, or at least I've been talking up Jordan Akins. So,
and like there were times where last year Johnson was playing like nearly 100% of the snaps at running back, and there's barely any running backs that'll do it. So I know they added competition for him, but that there's a chance that he's going to be every down 90+% of snaps, regardless of who's behind him. And sometimes then he has to produce somehow that way.
Yeah. 10th round is more than fair value for, I mean, yeah, like the other running backs I have kind of like on the top of my board. So like AJ Dillon is Kenyon Drake, Wilson, Nyheim Hines. I mean, I'm going to take David Johnson before I take Nyheim Hines. Dude, I can't. Nyheim Hines so I've owned Nyheim Hines in a dynasty league for I don't know how long, 4 years maybe since he got into the league. Literally, have never known when to play him or start him, and he's kind of been my comparison to people when they talk about like Kenneth Gainwell. It's like, guys, like you don't want this guy on your team because you're never gonna know when to start him ever, and then he's gonna have these like, boom weeks. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna know what to do. So just
need both Jonathan Taylor and Mack to get injured, and maybe Wilkins as well. You might need all three of them out. But that 1 week when all three of them are out,
like you need to play in a very specific league for Nyheim Hines to have like a certain amount of value. He has to be like a full point PPR, and it has to be like you have to start
3 running backs.
Yeah, like a lot of running backs where his floor games, like 5 or 6 points, is actually like, okay, like this is actually helpful. Because you can't always have just like backup running backs that never play on your roster because you have to start someone. So at least he can get some points. But again, in normal leagues, that doesn't really help because you'd rather just have him know that, okay, he's never going to play. I don't need to use him. Oh, these starters hurt. Okay, I can play him now. Like it's so much easier to have those guys on your roster as opposed to the fringy guys that kind of get involved but don't actually do enough to like warrant being started. Okay, so the rookie quarterbacks are all still available. I'm kind of surprised. I don't know. If they've been going pretty early. Maybe, I don't know. Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, needed a tight end.
Jonnu. Dude, oh, man. Let's see. I got Dak to the future. Okay. All my guys are still available. All my top dudes. Who did I draft? What other receivers do I have? Oh, God. Don't want any more running backs. I might just take a quarterback, honestly. I don't really like a ton of the other options here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to take another quarterback. Trey Lance. Welcome to the show. Now I got Trey Lance and Dak. Let's go. No tight end of consequence, but Trey Lance and Dak. Let's get it. Here we go.
Just got Lance 101 in a Superflex Dynasty rookie draft. Excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting for sure. Justin Fields is next. See, this and all the rookie quarterbacks going to go now because I started the trend. Here we go.
Oh, Trevor, right here.
Do I just draft Hunter Henry? This is like the kind of the spot where he's supposed to go. And you're just like, do I really want to draft him here?
And I kind of want Henry because then whichever New England tight end ends up doing well, whichever week, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you have both of them, like, you'd assume that. I mean, who's going to lead the Patriots in targets? Do we really know?
White will.
James White. Of course he will. Oh, man. All right, who do I want here? Rashad Bateman's off the board. I'm going to go with the other wide receiver. I'm going to go with my guy, Elijah Moore, Terrace Marshall. Ooh, I like them both, but I'll go with Elijah Moore. He's my highest ranked guy. Easy.
Do we know why the Jets haven't cut Jamison Crowder yet?
I'm trying to figure out if we all know that they can save $10 million, but they don't know that yet. And I'm just like, look, people, just go on Twitter. You can find out from any fantasy analyst how much money the Jets can save if they cut Jamison Crowder, because it was the first thing that everybody looked up after they drafted Elijah Moore.
Like 12th round right here is fine, but like every day that passes that they don't cut him, I get more and more worried about Moore his rookie year.
Yeah, I guess the thing is because they have so much cap space that they don't really need to cut him, and he's a good player. So it's like
he could probably mentor more. So.
Yeah, so it's not like we're pretty selfish, like with our no, you need to cut him now. You need to get more in the game now. It's like this guy's a good player for us. We don't need the money. So I think that's kind of interesting that the fantasy community is kind of like all in on Jamison Crowder getting cut, but chances are, I guess he'll stick around, but you don't necessarily. I think it would make sense for them to want more to get reps in with Zach Wilson. If they're the future together. But no, I think that's a good point. Again, I think that if you draft Elijah Moore, Elijah Moore in a redraft is probably more on the iffy side, because you don't know if he's gonna if he might not start.
At this point, we're drafting for upside anyway.
Yeah, and obviously, this is best ball, so that's the format's thing different. So guys that produce down the stretch, but we'll see in the preseason. I think. That's the biggest thing that's different from last year is that we get preseason games, and we can actually get an idea of what teams are actually doing. So the thing that I bring back to is the Myles Gaskin thing. Last year, we were who is Myles? What?
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened probably if we had preseason games, because we would have saw Myles Gaskin out with the starters and not playing in the third game. It looks like it is Gaskin that's the guy and not Breida or Jordan Howard. So that'll be really helpful, especially with some of these depth charts that we're still trying to figure out.
This preseason will be pretty weird though, since there's one fewer game. They have the bye week between the last preseason week, and it's fairly traditional of the second to last week of the preseason is when we see the starters for an entire half, and then that last week is when we don't see the starters at all. But now with one fewer game, I'm guessing teams will handle it differently from one another, so it'll be interesting to see how much we see the starters in the preseason.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting for sure. All right, I need a tight end still, which is not good. But okay, so Zach Ertz gonna get traded, or what's the deal here?
I don't know.
it's like Zach. It's like Jamison Crowder. Why have you been cut? Zach Ertz. Why haven't you been traded? I'm trying to move forward with my rankings, projections, all these things, but I can't because you're still here.
He'll probably end up in Houston. So
no. Destroy my Jordan Akins hype train. No, he's gonna go. The only thing that could be worse if he goes to the Jets and destroys Chris Herndon. Oh man, that would be worse.
So fun.
Oh man, Jamal Williams. There you go. That's a great pick. 13th round. People, if you're watching, still the 44 that are watching, take notes. Jamal Williams, 13th round. I got to move him up my ranks. Got to move him up. He should be up here. Making a note. Move up Jamal Williams. Done. Easy. All right. How many running backs do you have?
I'm at 5 now.
You're at 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Quarterbacks. Oh, gross. This is the gross time of the draft where I literally don't like anybody except some of these tight ends. Gross. Kmet, Hooper, Ertz. Ugh. Gross.
There's some decent ones in there.
Troutman. Taking Troutman.
Okay.
I gotta move Troutman on my rankings too.
My only concern with Troutman is Winston wins a quarterback job and then Taysom Hill plays like a majority of snaps at tight end.
Oh, no. Good God. Got to move up Adam Troutman up the ranks. Because, yeah, I mean, I had Troutman ranked behind like Ertz, Hooper, Kmet. So I gotta change that because I would rather have Troutman. I mean, I guess so. Hooper is kind of interesting because he had spurts last year where he was pretty good, but the Browns' offense was kind of. I mean, it's really hard to get a good idea of the Browns' offense. You just kind of look at the box scores for the because there's so much stuff that happened because you had like Odell Beckham didn't play the 2/3 of the season, and then you have that like what was it? Was it the Browns that kept having like thunderstorms that they were playing through and like hurricanes and stuff like that? That was the Browns, right?
Yeah. And like they still have their backup tight ends that they like, Harrison Bryant and Njoku.
Let's see. Quarterback, don't want any quarterbacks. Man. I mean, I guess I'm gonna take my guy. I guess I'll just draft Nico. 14th round. Here we go. Stacking with Brandon Cook. Oh my God. Do I just go in with the Texans stack?
Yeah.
I might need to. I'm gonna draft Jordan Akins. It's whatever.
Oh yeah.
At this point, it makes too much sense. I could draft Mark Ingram. Gross. But yeah, the Browns, I believe, had a bunch of games last year where I think that was the team that was like hurricanes and things like that. So, all right, Nico Collins off the board. Rashad Penny, Jared Cook. Jared Cook is a good tight end pick, although he's not a great tight end anymore. He plays with Justin Herbert, and there's no Hunter Henry, so you got some end zone targets up for grabs. Jared Cook's going to start probably. Sterling Shepard, good pick. Do you have any team stack going on right now?
I've got the Tampa Bay Brady and Godwin.
Brady Godwin. Okay.
I got both New England tight ends.
Both New England tight ends. Are you going? So, Mac Jones is interesting because he's not being drafted in a lot of different leagues, and I think in your case, you'd almost rather stack him instead of Cam because if Cam does well in fantasy, he's just going to score all the fantasy points. Like he's like chances are he's not spreading the wealth. But Mac Jones, like if Mac Jones does, if he performs, like it's going to be through probably the two tight ends that are the integral parts of the Patriots or the new parts of the Patriots offense. So I think Mac Jones should be someone you're looking at, like maybe with the last pick, because a lot of people aren't drafting him, number one. And I mean, he's probably going to start a handful of games, and if he plays well, like that'll separate you from a lot of the other people in this tournament.
Yeah. My only concern is with Cam's play last year, how much of it was from him getting COVID and not recovering 100% from it.
Yeah, there's a ton of question marks with Newton. I mean, I think that the way that they're going to handle it is, I mean, if Cam keeps playing well and wins games, then he's gonna keep playing. But if he gets hurt or something like that happens, or they just don't win games, then I think that they would turn to Mac Jones. But it'll be interesting to see. Maybe it'll just depend on if he can beat Brady at home. It's like, all right, Cam, if you can beat Brady, then we'll keep you in so you can play your old team, the Carolina Panthers, in Week 9 or wherever they play them.
I mean, if Cam can beat Brady, then they'll probably trade Mac Jones. Just stick with Newton for a couple years after that.
That's what they were saying after he threw for like 400 yards against the Seahawks. Like, oh, like you gotta lock him up like long term, like he's the guy. And it's like, oh no, like.
But if he can beat Brady,
it's a whole different thing. That game is going to be insane. That game is just going to be nuts. All right. So I've got a Dallas mini stack, or I got a Dallas stack. So with Dak, Lamb, and Michael Gallup. I've got Denver, Javonte Williams, and Jerry Jeudy. I got some Houston guys, Cooks and Nico Collins. 40. I got Trey Lance. All right, who am I looking at now? Quarterback, running back. I'm just gonna probably draft more wide receivers. I don't need more running backs. I don't really want more tight ends. I'm just gonna draft what's his face. Why is his name escaping me? Not Chris Herndon. I could draft Chris Herndon too. Actually, he's well within range. He's well within play. Diami Brown. I do like Diami Brown. I might take a swing on him. Jameson Crowder, the guy we were just talking about. Josh Palmer, the guy who I couldn't get in any. I only got him in one of my dynasty drafts, my rookie dynasty drafts. Despite the fact that I feel like PFF was much higher on Josh Palmer than I think like literally everybody else.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on the clock. Don't want any running backs. Yeah, I'm gonna go with some Diami Brown, some big playability, deep threat with Fitzmagic. Oh, you got Winston?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of. I mean, I think that he's going to start. I think that for the most part, most of us at PFF think that he's going to start.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning behind?
Well,
start?
I think he can be a top 10 fantasy quarterback since he was able to learn to not do some of the things he was doing in Tampa Bay. Then he's a great quarterback. So I think he has more potential because of that. Like, I'm worried Taysom Hill will still take snaps away from him at times, but I'd rather take him than some of these not great quarterbacks. So.
Agreed. All right, I need some more big play receiving ability. I think he's coming back. Or Josh Palmer, man, is interesting. I'm going now. MVS. I think I got auto picked. I missed. Oh my god. All right. Well. Okay, Zach Ertz, man. You just got to show up, man, and do something, please. At least I got my backup tight end. Hopefully he doesn't go to the team that – hopefully he doesn't land on the Saints or a team that has a week 6 bye week. Atlanta, Tampa Bay, 49ers, or – oh, my God, the Jets. Great. He's going to go on the Jets, and I'm going to have no tight end week 6. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Helps if I click the draft button. Got it at the last second. Austin Hooper.
See, that's a good pick. Probably should have picked him instead. I got to move Zach Ertz down the rankings because I don't want to auto draft him again. And now I'm mad because I don't have Jordan Akins. And that makes me sad. All right, 16th. So we got 2 more picks. I've got so many rookie wide receivers. I feel like that's bad. Probably is.
Yeah.
I could probably get MVS in a later round if I want to. I'll star him.
I'm surprised he has a higher ADP than Lazard.
Really? That is weird.
Oh, yeah, Lazard's the better player and sees more playing time when they're both healthy. But
Do you think that Lazard's role kind of overlaps with Amari Rodgers?
Not really, no.
Interesting.
It's like last year, basically all 3 of their wide receivers saw equal time in the slot. Like, it was kind of eerie how similar all of their numbers ended up. But
AJ Green. No. Why? Why Hess Express? Why are you drafting AJ Green? Why?
Future Hall of Famer, potentially.
No. I mean, yeah, I think AJ Green, great career. Hats off to him, was really dominant for a very long stretch of games. But, I mean, God, last year was just atrocious.
I can't be too mad at the end of the 16th round for him, though. Because, like, if he just needed over a year to recover from his injury, then maybe.
Maybe. It's just like, the other thing, too, is, like, it's not like the Arizona wide receiver 2 is this highly coveted fantasy option, regardless of who it is. I mean, last year they didn't really have a guy. I mean, look, it was Hopkins, and I think Chase Edmonds actually, like, I think his target share was like 3rd on the team last year, besides like Kirk, and Kirk missed a bunch of games, but I mean, Kirk was really inconsistent. Like, he had a stretch where he had like a 4-game stretch where he was like on fire because he kept catching like 80-yard touchdowns. But yeah, Arizona, I'm really worried about Arizona.
Who's Arizona's tight end?
It was Dan Arnold, but he's in Carolina, so now it's what's his face, Max Williams, right?
He's going to have like no target share, so the ball has to go to someone.
It does. Rondell Moore. Do you like Rondell Moore in Arizona?
Oh yeah, I think he should do fine. Since I was talking about Lazard, I should draft him.
Lazard. MVS did MVS get drafted? Probably.
Oh, he like literally just got drafted while you said that.
Oh my God. He almost came back to me.
It's almost like people are listening to this and we want to draft.
Drafting? Oh no. Okay. I'm your wide receiver. That's gonna ball out. I was gonna draft Teddy Bridgewater, but I can't. Man, I hate all of these. I have so many rookies, and it makes me very cringy. But they're all my top guys, so
I guess if you want a veteran, then there's Sammy Watkins. So
gross. I'm taking Josh. All right, 2 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs. How many receivers do I have? 10. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I have 9 receivers. Do I go running back? Keyshawn Vaughn, man, he's not getting drafted. If I take both Tampa Bay running backs,
he's like the 4th running back on their depth chart.
Yeah, but I already have Ronald Jones, so if I can just capitalize on all the Bucs running back touches. No, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, my screens. All right, let's see. Oh my God, I'm gonna get auto picked. I'm gonna draft Khalil Herbert. I need a receiver, dude. I hate everyone. Whatever. Khalil Herbert, come to the show. Let's do it. Not pleased, but he's a handcuff for hopefully a handcuff for. What's his name? David Montgomery. Man, yeah, things definitely spiraled a little bit out of control after that Zach Ertz pick. Going to be totally frank with everybody watching, I really kind of fell apart. I felt really good about the draft up till that point, and things just kind of unraveled.
I took your advice and went with Mac Jones.
Yes.
I mean, I was tempted to go with Tebow at this point, but
oh my God, I just so the thing that's weird about it too is I would be so away from Tebow. I mean, I've not drafted Tebow anymore. I haven't done that. Like, I have not been like, oh yeah, you got to draft Tebow, but I just can't stop thinking about how. The fact of the matter is the tight ends that like break out every year literally come out of nowhere. Yeah. And Tebow, like, being a tight end in fantasy that like have any relevance would fit that criteria. Where you have like Darren Waller, like, came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a converted receiver. He like missed an entire season. And then you have Logan Thomas, who used to play quarterback. And then he's like on the depth chart with no tight end. And then you have Tebow, who's like, okay, like the opportunity is kind of there. Like they don't have any tight ends. So I'm like almost mad because I don't want to be in on Tebow, but like I'm like also afraid that like he's gonna like shock people, and I'm like, no.
But like if you're in a league where you need like 40 or 50 tight ends to get drafted, if you're in those kind of deeper leagues,
I mean, I guess. Like, yeah, if you have to have a tight end from every team drafted, I mean, is he the tight end one on like in the where is he in their projections?
He probably has the most upside because you definitely don't want any of their other tight ends.
All right, let's see this team. Oh, which team did I just draft? Oh, nope, that's a different team. Okay, so we got Dak, Trey Lance, Akers, Carson, Williams, Ronald Jones, Herbert, Brown, Lamb, Judy, Gallup, Cooks, Elijah Moore, Nico Collins, Diami Brown, Josh Palmer, Adam Troutman, and Zach Ertz. I wish I had Jordan Akins. Don't have Jordan Akins. Very saddening. I mean, maybe Zach Ertz. Look, Zach Ertz was like a top 4 ADP tight end last year. Like, I mean, I guess I'm less optimistic about the pick right now because I don't know what team he's going to be on. Right. But, I mean, if he lands in a decent spot, like, I don't think Ertz is, like, terrible because, I mean, it was literally just last year that he was a consensus top 5 tight end. Mm-hmm. So for him to fall, like, basically to, like, nothing, like, that quickly, it is kind of eye-opening.
Yeah, just weird since we don't know where he'll end up. It's been so long since we know he was going to be traded, but no one's wanted him enough to trade for him yet.
Yeah, well, I think it's almost like a thing. It's like, well, like everyone knows that the Eagles are going to like release him, so they're just like, well, just cut him then. Like we know you're going to cut him, so we're not going to trade you anything. And I don't know. I mean, I guess teams are sticklers for their 7th round picks in the year of 2024, and they just don't want to trade them. It's like just maybe an injury will happen too. Like that's the other thing too. It's like injuries are just gonna. This is the kind of the worst part of the offseason now, where it's just a war of attrition, where it's just like, well, this guy got hurt, and then like this guy got hurt, and just kind of like a domino effect of updating things. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. But we're gonna keep doing these best ball drafts. So again, thank you all for tuning in and watching. Let me get the banner up. It's promo code PFF. Use it on Underdog Fantasy. You get a free $10 deposit. And then you can join us and draft on Underdog. It's tons of fun. We just had a blast. Again, I've drafted now 4 teams on Best Ball Mania. $100 to turn into $1 million is what I'm hoping. We shall see what happens. But thank you all for tuning in. Nate, any other last thoughts to give to the people?
No, just enjoy doing these drafts. We have a couple months till football season still, so you have nothing better to do than do a bunch of best ball drafts.
Yes, literally nothing else to do. Best ball summer, best ball season is here at Underdog Fantasy. Go check it out. And we'll also, I guess I'll hype it up now. I probably should have hyped it up in the beginning, but we're doing a best ball draft kit over at pff.com. We're going to have a ton of best ball content coming out the next 2 weeks, getting prepped so you can hop into the tournament, the Best Ball Mania. Look, my goal this year is to have either myself, PFF analyst, a PFF follower, subscriber, anyone that follows us or supports PFF, that they win the million. Like they take home the $1 million prize. I want that to happen. Like, come on, like let's make it happen. So go check everything else over on pff.com. Thank you all for watching.